Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Aaron. Thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to just throw a cool chord progression at you and just something fun to make some melodies with and to recognize in some famous songs. So without further ado, what we're talking about here is just doing a 1 major chord to what we call 1 major 7 to a 1 dominant 7. And if you know your major scales, we're just taking the root of the scale, okay, and we're going to lower it down backwards just a half step to major 7, and then another half step which flats the 7. All right, so in real simple terms, all you have to do is take C, in this case, because we're in C major, go back to a B note in the scale, which is the 7th, and then we're going to play the flatted B or B flat, which is the flat 7. That's not in the major scale, but you want to know how to get to the 7th, so then you can just go down a half step. So we have this C major, C major 7, C dominant 7, and then you can take it somewhere else if you want. All right, so just getting into the nuts and bolts a little bit on this again. Think about your major scale. And what we're going to do is move from the root down the scale to the 7, and then just a half step by flatting the 7. All right, so when we have a C chord, we just have the notes C, E, and G going on. When we have the C major 7, we've got the C, the E, the G, and the B, which is the major 7. We got 4 notes in a 7th chord, okay? So there's more harmony. Remember, triad with just a chord C, but C major 7 is a 4-note chord, all right? Same thing as with C dominant 7. That's a 4-note chord, C, E, G, and B flat. All right, let's try it now. Let's move it into the next key in the cycle, which is G. So again, like if we think about a major scale, okay, I got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Okay, I gotta have F sharp for the key of G. So I'm gonna play a G triad. Okay, then I'm gonna introduce the 7th of the scale, the F sharp. Okay, then I'm going to go down to the flat 7, which is F natural there. So I went like this. G, F sharp, F natural. All over that G triad. All right, you can do this with different voicings. You know, I used a G note up, or sorry, a D here and a G here. I could just do it on the top 3 strings. Okay, so whatever voicing you want to use, that's okay. We're just trying to move that root down a half step and then another half step. Okay, let's go for the key of D. So we got a D chord here. If we go through the scale, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp is that 7 of D, and then back to D. So let's find the root, D, move it down a half step to C sharp, move it down to C natural. All right, so now we have okay, you've heard this in tunes before. Now we're going to move over to A, so the key of A. So A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp is the 7, G sharp and A. So we get an A chord. And then we're going to move to get this G sharp. Right, so then we go down to the flat 7. You can hear that descending line, right? A, G sharp in the major 7, G natural in the dominant 7. So we have okay, let's do one last one. So let's take the E. Okay, so E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp is our 7, E is our root or 8, right? So, okay, there's the E chord. If we move it down a half step, what do we have? So, then we got dominant, flat 7. You hear that? So we got E, D sharp, D. Okay, one more time with all the chords, like E chord, E major 7. All right, so play around with that a little bit. Try to work your root note down a half step to the major 7, and then the major 7 down a half step to flat 7, and you're going to hear those different quality sounds, major and major 7 and dominant 7. So play around with that. Check out the Beatles tune like Something has this progression. There's a lot of tunes out there that have this progression. You're going to recognize it. And play around with it, move it in and out of keys, and see what you can learn from it. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.